So think about this for a second. You've got poverty in St. Simon. You've got the marshlands in St. Simon. You've got no white people in St. Simon. And then you move to Great Neck, New York. You move to Manhasset. You're in Long Island. And he's living in a home where his mother is working as a domestic. And that's why they lived in a community of wealth and a community that was extremely white. And it's why he went to a very wealthy, well-funded high school. And it's why he became arguably the greatest lacrosse player who ever lived, because lacrosse was the sport of Great Neck. And he was the athlete of Great Neck in every sport. I mean, the man averaged 15 yards a carry as a running back in high school. I mean, think about that for a second. 15 yards a carry. That would be an amazing stat for a receiver, yards for catch. So that to me was also very formative. And then it was also very formative that in this white community, as you said, he had this very stormy relationship with his mother, who he refused to call mom or mama or any derivation thereof. He called her Teresa. His mom was Nora Brown, his great-grandmother in St. Simon. And he was raised by, this is the other thing I find so fascinating, Kevin, is that he was raised by a community of women in St. Simon. There was no man. And because of that, his nickname, even when he was a little baby, was Man. Partly for how he carried himself, partly because in that family, he was the only man. He was the only man. That's no only boy, the only way to put it. And so when he went up to Long Island, just think about the kind of alienation and fish out of water feeling that he would have. But at the same time, because of his athletic ability and because he fell under the favor of two very prominent men, white men in Great Neck, a judge named Kenneth Malloy and a football coach named, I believe, Ed Walsh, he loved it. At least in his conversations with me and in his books, he loved that period of his life from the I mean, it was very difficult as well for a lot of different reasons. But from the perspective of, if you asked Jim Brown straight up, did you like Great Neck, Long Island? He would have nothing but good things to say. Then came Syracuse.